The barn uncovered in the weather. Around 30 years ago, a group of people started tearing it apart. They were going to restore it, but then they found out how much work there was and they walked away. So 4 years ago, I started restoring it. And of course, I had to steal parts off the other one we have like this. It's over in barn 7 to make it whole because I couldn't find all the parts. But anyway, we had a contractor do all the metal work. I mean, there was holes in this thing, and there was where it had been hit in accidents, and all of that was done. He painted all the outside. We have 8 colors on this thing.
That's awesome.
Huh.
He did most of the interior painting except for the ceiling, which I had to put a new ceiling on.
Wow.
And the neat thing about see the lettering on here? The guys that did the lettering for us are professional pinstripers. They do all your car show cars, the show cars. So they did it for free for us.
Oh, that's
awesome.
great.
It's beautiful work.
It saved us a lot, like $2,000
Sure.
Wow.
having them do it. So they're really nice guys. So anyway, let's go inside. So when I started working on it, this thing was just completely barren, except a lot of the parts were just laying on the floor and in boxes and all over the place. So I had to take everything out of it, of course, for the contractor to work on it. I had to rebuild the windows before he could work on it. He wanted the windows in. So it has all safety glass now.
Great.
Everything has been repainted, new ceiling. These light fixtures, I have 0 left. These are a screw-in type, and they only use this model for a couple of years, and we've been trying to find others, and we can't.
The lenses are beautiful on these things.
They are.
Yeah, they're really cool.
But the lenses have a habit of unscrewing and falling and breaking,
Oh.
which is probably why they're missing so many. I have one left that's partially broken, and I have one light that the light fixture needs to be fixed on. That's why it's hanging down. So I still have to do the doors. Like they have all the rubber that goes in here, and it's actually a concrete floor. You can see this upper one. You can see the broken concrete on it. So I've got to take this. I put the steps on down, the metal parts down, but I've got to pull them off and put concrete under them and put them back down. And I've got to put the rubber on it. Other than that, I have some touch up on paint to do. But other than that, the interior's almost done. So we can come up here.
Is there any ETA on it running?
Well, every year I say, oh yeah, we're going to get it done this year.
Yeah.
I'm kind of optimistic that we'll have it done by the end of this year.
All right.
Because the trucks are being actually rebuilt, which is the thing that was really holding it up for a long time. I was way ahead of that, but now they're catching up to me. I haven't been able to come out here as much as I want. Now you notice what's missing up here, where the driver sits? Steering wheel.
Of course.
Because it looks just like a bus.
Yeah, it does.
Now, the story behind that is it's kind of funny.
A very stylish
no,
bus.
This came off. Darn.
Uh-oh.
How that happened. No, somebody must have grabbed a hold of it. Because that shouldn't have come off. Oh, now I got to fix that. Anyway. In the early 30s, the presidents of all electric railways got together and decided they wanted to come up with a new modern streetcar. Because if you've seen the others we have in Barn 1, the wooden ones, they took 2 people to operate, and they, old and cumbersome, cold. These, of course, were modern, had nice air circulation, nice seats to sit on, and only took 1 person because you enter the front and exit the back. So they came up with this design, and then the bus companies liked it so well, guess what? They copied it. Yeah. So let's go out the front here.
Not exactly the bus, but yeah. When a lot of people see this, they think bus, because this kind of feels like a school bus, right? But
Go ahead.
Thanks. The trolleys in this design came first.
No handrails here. All right.
Oh, we get to go underneath.
Oh yeah, well, I guess our founders were little itty bitty people or something. So anyway,
They are.
this is what we call a safeguard fender. if you see in some of the other streetcars in Barn 1, they got this big lattice work metal thing. That's an eclipse fender, and that's the early version of this. Like, it has a little trip on it. If it hits you, it falls down and scoops you up. This model, if you hit you, this bends back, and then it releases a scoop that hits the tracks up there. So you actually
No
be under
kidding.
Yeah, you'll be under the streetcar, but
But you'll live?
you won't hit the wheels.
Wow.
So
kidding.
That is wild.
So this is the modern version.
Huh.
So this is the lowest point. You'll have to really duck here.
Yeah, can you imagine how lucky and feel?
So that's as much as you do. See, that's us little guys.
Oh, that's where the truck is?
So this is the center post. And you can see that the trucks are pretty big on this.
Uh-huh. Duct work. So it just sits on the truck. There's no
Yeah, they just sit.
no.
There's no connection. That's how that's why when you see train wrecks sometimes you see the trucks sitting next
Yeah.
to the cars. It's because they're just sitting there. It's
Now, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'd say it's the weight of the car that keeps it on.
Yeah. What are the chain limiters for? What are they limiting?
The chains limit the turn. Like if it derails,
Yeah.
it keeps it from tearing up everything underneath. This thing has a lot of connections to it, and they're only meant to go a certain radius track. So and you'll see that on the locomotives too. You'll see that on most everything will have these chains, and that just to keep the trucks from turning
Okay.
sideways.
We were in barn number 7. You know, a lot of I guess all the cars have chains, and we were wondering
it's
what
very
they're
common
for.
just to keep it from happening.
Uh-huh.
So you're kind of lucky that the trucks aren't here. Otherwise, you'd be down here.
We get to
Right.
see that nifty bearing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true, huh?
The
You
other
have to
thing
crawl.
is, since we're working on the car, we've got all the covers off the electronics, so you can see a lot of the switches and stuff here, the switch sets. And this though is the
Resistors.
interesting thing.
Ooh. Oh.
Well, you know how the old streetcars had like 4 points you took, and you couldn't. It's where you have different amounts of power at each point level.
Uh-huh.
Well, you can't leave the car in any one of those points very long, or you can burn up the controller until you get to what they call full control. This has a rotary controller that you can leave it at any point you want. It's like the more modern day cars now. The electrics they have a rotary type of connection. I assume it's similar to this. Same function, but that's what this does. This allows you to vary the speed that you want.
Wow. Look at that thing.
So luckily, since the covers are off all this, you get to see it.
Yeah, that is something.
And then right above my head is the air tanks.
Uh-huh.
This car does have air brakes.
Wow. Let me get out of your way.
See, I'm short enough I can stand up.
These are just air intakes for
Yeah, these air intakes.
Customers?
Yeah, that's all part of that. Part of the air system. I'm not an expert on what's underneath here. The guy that normally does the pits, the guy that's the foreman of all this, can tell you every little thing.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's neat.
I'm just a restoration person. I'm not a mechanical person.
That's neat. Ah.
That's a conductor belt.
All right. Well, thank you. That was interesting.
You're welcome.
Ooh.
Now, if you want to see the trucks, if you go through this right inside the sliding door, it says C Foreman, but that's the trucks they're rebuilding. You can see the trucks.
That's the machine shop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just look
We need to
inside
go
the
through
door
that.
and you can see them.
Alrighty.
I'll take you over there, by the way. I'll just show you.
Okay.
That way they won't yell at you.
Oh,
They don't usually yell anyway.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, you want to see the
He's
truck?
going to show us the truck.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go over here. This one is still pretty
Oh,
much
gosh.
together. But this is the start of the truck, so you can see the motors sitting over there. I think the motors are off all of them.
Oh, so 2 motors?
Yeah, it's got 2 motors.
Free-
I think
free
they're 40
axle?
or 50 horsepower. I'm not sure. I think they're 40. I think they're 40 horsepower. But they're just now putting it back together. One of the main things that was wrong with it is it has these big rubber springs that go in here,
Uh-huh.
and they were all completely deteriorated. So we had to put 2x4s on top of the trucks to keep the frame, the streetcar from hitting it.
So rubber, wow.
So yeah, they're rubber trucks.
Brakes?
Yeah. Come on in.
Are they just like
Yeah, they're
soda cans and
they're
shit?
they're
Like on
pyramid.
a-
They're kind of shaped a little bit.
Oh,
like
kind of like the
Yeah.
the old
Yeah, I have one over in the barn there.
the old Mini Cooper springs.
Yeah. So you know, as far as the wheels on this, they're still in really good condition. Although they do have some spares they can put on. We do have
Got a wrench for that?
Oh, we have.
I always have,
Most of the stuff in this machine shop came from Pacific Electric School.
so there's these
In
boots.
1965. Oh, that way. That's when they built this building, was about that time. And so, yeah, there's somebody giving tours in here too. I'm not sure.
Oh.
So I heard somebody, but over in the far end, you'll find you'll find blades, that'll turn something this big.
You know what these are for?
That's the track brakes.
Those
Those
are
that-
brakes.
Like when you let off with that head main, or let off the track brake comes down. That's the safety brake.
Oh, it's a safety, as opposed,
Because
these are the
there's only
regular
one person
brakes.
operating the car, so there's no second person to go take over like a co-pilot. So pretty much anything that's a single operator car has a dead man of some kind. One of our streetcars, 525 over Barn 1, narrow gauge, wasn't built that way, but it got rebuilt later on and had dead man.
You see the springs in this one.
Yeah.
Well, that's a track brake,
Okay.
but it operates when if you take your foot off the dead man, the track brake. Oh, twice. So it's like the emergency brake.
Oh, there's a broken up rubber over here.
Yeah, cool. So anyway, have you seen